Myoho Renge Kyo. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Hi, how are you today? Good health, I hope. Good circumstance. Parinirvana. In early teachings and traditions of Buddhism that stubbornly remain to this day, the idea of complete liberation from samsara was seen as possible while remaining in a self in this living physical realm. This presented a logical conundrum for the leftover or unresolved karma of those for whom the complete release from samsara was not achieved. By that I mean the identity still remained. So the idea was taken that the remaining karma, quote unquote, would have to return to a future incarnation to be resolved then. This must have been heavily influenced by the Hindu mythologies of reincarnation, right? The entire culture and civilizations of India, and I say multiple civilizations because India is a huge country with a lot of people in it, was then a lot of disparate forms of mythologies and folklore, depending on the region and so on and so forth. Just a mishmash of magical, mythological thinking. Today, we understand that the complete nirvana of no remainder always occurs at the extinction of physical form. You can see nirvana in this book. The above mythology, after the incalculable generations of human offspring, would have resulted in a world of great many perfect, quote-unquote, persons by now, except that some of these beliefs go into the millions of eons. It's just another machinations of wild imaginations of, quote, afterlife. Like, take that apart for a moment. What is afterlife? If it's afterlife, then obviously there's no life there because it's afterlife. So what is that? Oh, well, we can make it anything we want now. We've opened the doors to just any kind of mysticism and craziness. That's religion. Modern Buddhists understand that the Bodhisattva path is the one taken by those who course in the physical world for the purpose of leading other sentient beings toward the Buddha way or living path. Buddha, or Buddhaness, can only be experienced in the sentient mind. I just spoke about this in the video I just finished on the cycle of life. Yeah. That sentient mind is an emergent property of the incredibly complex human amalgam and brain, right? Karma, samsara, and the cycle of birth, death, rebirth are all moment-to-moment occurrences of potential energies constantly abiding in the energy of the cosmos. This is the cycle of life, right? You remember this chart? It's on threefoldlotus.com. Don't forget to check it out, right? I just recently added a button there on the cycle of life. It's in the fourth column, fourth row down, cycle of life. That will open the document I was just showing you, so you can analyze the flow of energy from potential to quiescence. It's a circular thing, yes? That doesn't mean reincarnation, because energy has no sex, no identity, no bag of Bob or box of Betty. It doesn't have history. Moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. Being not been or going to be. That's craving and clinging, right? I have charts on threefoldlotus.com that show that as well. I've attacked this problem from so many angles, but it's going to take your time to research and study. As such, this karma is not attached to any specific stream of identity, or for that matter, lifetime, quote unquote. This perceived life is a manifestation of amalgams of karma, to be sure, but manifests from moment to moment and connected only by relation from one to the next. There is no permanent entity that connects one moment to the next. That's the fabrication of samsara. There is only an experience of moments that are constantly changing, becoming, and ending, and influenced in a samsaric mind that seeks cohesion where there is none. Look up the 3,000 realms. This is the central point not understood by earlier students of Buddhism. Their cultural minds just swooped right in there and shoehorned their idea of afterlife right into Buddhism. They just weren't listening. No matter how many times Shakyamuni talked about anatman, impermanence, emptiness, they didn't get it. Still to this day, there are those who don't get it because the mythology keeps being promoted. That's Buddhism as religion, not Buddhism as Buddhism. As we invoke and develop our sentient mind through practice, we train our sentient mind to think via our clarified or detached mind with our Buddha eye, while remaining in our human form, our physical body. Shakyamuni defines the human physical body, the human sentient mind, and the thought of experience, dharma, as three entities of the same person in the state of Buddha. Right? Reward, manifest, dharma. Also known as the three bodies of Buddha. This is the much discussed transcendent or transformation or transmigration of the, quote, self, end quote, as it is a paradigm shift of the three aspects of our consciousnesses. See the three bodies of Buddha. To simplify, our objective of Bodhisattva is to reach the constant awakened Buddha mind while coursing in samsara, or the saha world, for the benefit of other beings. This is a special condition that provides us with the liberation from samsaric mind while remaining within the samsaric realm. This is why we need expedient devices, right? Skillful means, because we're communicating to samsaric minds to transcend those samsaric realities, such as they are constructed, to see the truth, the Buddha mind. This is often called the nirvana of remainder. However, it is the remainder of physical form, manifested of karma, that is undistracted by samsaric mind. Oh, that's special. If this were not so, how could we possibly become bodhisattvas? Conversely, if Buddha could only be experienced after death, what, who, or how could that be experienced? When we understand that the nirvana of no remainder is simply the full extinction of all consciousnesses and the moment-to-moment instantiations of the human form or mental constructs, we return to the original goal of Siddhartha Gautama to find the underlying truth of living this life to its full potential. This life, now, in this moment. You can't put your life off till after you're dead. How does that compute? No need for afterlife or reincarnations and all. The following is provided for reference and example of the continued misunderstandings of karma, the cycle of birth, death, and nirvana, and stubborn adherence to Hindu mythologies. So I have incorporated here entries from Encyclopedia of Buddhism, contemporary scholar Rupert Gethin explanation, and that's how I wrap up this term. So I'll let you read that on your own. Quite twisted. But, so Parinirvana, did I describe it? I talked a lot about nirvana. Parinirvana being the final nirvana, the complete removal from the Saha world, the samsaric mind, which means extinction. No more mind, no more consciousnesses. That's the nirvana of no remainder. Death. Nothing. Well, energy. Energy unformed, unqualified, without characteristics. That can't come back together as something it previously was, because it never was. It's constantly changing. It's a flow, momentum, right? A stream, if you will. All right. That's Parinirvana. I hope you gain maybe some insights from that. I hope you do visit threefoldlotus.com and look at the core study materials page. There's lots and lots of charts and documents and all kinds of study aids there. Study for you and study for those you might endeavor to communicate with, because everybody has their own path, right? Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. I can't thank you enough for that. That's what keeps us going. Whether it's just liking and subscribing, it's a bodhisattva act, because in the YouTube algorithms, it helps more people find this resource. But if you can buy ebooks, if they help you, or a proper mandala, please get that. Or just make a donation through Patreon, through PayPal. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. So critical for the continued existence and growth of this resource. Thank you all. Thank you for your practice. First of all, savor your practice. Take care of your health, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye for now.